It's always a wonderful day when I get to sit down here and talk to you about the latest leaks. And oh boy, Apple has sprung several leaks. There's the new 16-inch MacBook Pro. There's the product red, or wait, scratch that, China red iPhone XS edition. We've got the entire scoop on the 2019 iPhones. Basically, Apple's entire product line for 2019 in this video. Let me spoil the September event for you. Let's go. First thing with very little substance behind it is the China red iPhone. Now, a poster on Weibo that's known for leaking things has apparently shared some info regarding a new red color that Apple is selectively releasing in China only. And this poster says it'll be the China red edition. Oh boy, I don't know if that'll go over well, but could it work that Apple releases a specific version of the iPhone just for the Chinese market where they're actually doing really bad in compared to the rest of the world? Possibly. I would love to see that. The interesting thing is this will not be a product red iPhone, just a red iPhone XS for China. The leaker claims Apple will be releasing these at the March 25th event, and this is just to rekindle sales of a model that's not doing so well right now. And oh boy, this is the cheddar. This is the absolute gold of this video. My boy Ming Chi Kuo is back with TF International Securities, and he is dropping the hottest mixtape report, or wait, did I say that? Hottest report of the tech industry in 2019, Apple's game plan for this year, and he goes into explicit detail. So let's get right in. Now, he gave us this beautiful graphic, well, maybe not seen as beautiful by some, but he gives us a good breakdown of Apple's workings for 2019. So let's start with the iPhones. The 2019 iPhones, he somehow manages to make me feel less excited about them, but in other ways, even more so. So he starts by saying that the lineup itself will not be changing in size. We'll still have the 5.8, the 6.1 iPhone 11R2. I'm gonna be calling it that now. I kept saying 10R2, that doesn't make any sense. And the massive 6.5-inch iPhone XS Max is of course making a return, likely the iPhone 11 Max. So he goes into further detail and says no USB-C. Unfortunately, Apple cannot be bothered to add this latest standard to their iPhones. It's very likely they just have too many reasons not to, less profit overall in the long term, so Apple will not be going for USB-C on the iPhones this year. And this is coming from the man, so any other source that says it likely will come with USB-C, automatically gonna question that right now. In this report, here's a small detail that caught my eye. It says the 2019 iPhones will have ultra-wide band capability for indoor positioning and navigation. Now, what I'm assuming this has to do with is the new Maps feature where Apple is mapping the indoor areas of certain malls and very large convention center areas like that. So you'll be able to use your iPhone to literally navigate within a building. So I'm assuming that's what it is. That's speculation. It doesn't really go into detail there. But the most important part of this report to me is a frosted glass iPhone 11. Ming Chi Kuo says that a frosted iPhone is indeed happening, and this is corroborating the earlier report we just heard from My Smart Price that talks about a new coating that could improve scratch resistance and have better grip. So this is all tying in together very nicely here. My boy Ming Chi Kuo is saying that it will be happening, so the 2019 iPhones are about to look so much cooler. Of course, taking inspiration from the Pixel 3, this will forever be the phone to have launched with this feature first. A frosted glass that doesn't feel like glass. It feels like an extension of the metal border, but it does allow for wireless charging. So this is extremely resistant to scratches. It is more grippy, I'd say. So even though this may not feel like a big deal, it'll fundamentally change the way the iPhone looks. This matte, really nice, modern look on the iPhone, I'm all for it. And device-to-device charging or reverse charging, he calls it bilateral wireless charging. That means an iPhone will be able to charge another iPhone. That is so cool. Man, Apple, you're getting on it. This is literally something that's going to catch the younger generation, I think. Being able to charge your friend's phone when they're in a pinch, or this could probably, I'm assuming, will be used for the AirPods as well. You'll be able to pop your AirPods on the back of your iPhone and charge those real quick if you forgot to do that the night before. This is going to change the way we use our iPhones. That is so neat. And this is probably going to be one of those smaller features of the iPhone this year that's going to make it a big hit. He mentions upgraded Face ID via a more powerful flood illuminator. So this could mean faster unlocks of your iPhone, more accurate, more secure, and so on. Always great to see some improvements to a system that already works so well. And he does mention larger batteries. So this all ties in again with that camera design. Because Apple's going with that new horizontal look, the Android look camera, they're gonna have more room inside of the iPhone for a more rectangular shaped battery, no more of that L-shaped crap. This is gonna be an actual huge battery, one of the first and largest just normal batteries batteries in an iPhone, I think. And how that translates to battery life, we don't know. Again, it's so hard to tell because everything changes basically inside of a new iPhone. Things that you think would be more efficient aren't so, and vice versa. So you really can't tell. Even if it's a bigger battery, that doesn't always mean better battery life. And of course, he confirms that triple lens camera. So in case you had any doubt about that happening, Ming-Chi Kuo, the iPhone rumor god, is saying so. So yes, it is happening. Ming-Chi Kuo briefly covers the iPads. He says no new iPad Pros, but the iPad Mini 5 is indeed coming, and the cheaper $329 iPad budget model will be getting a refresh with slimmer bezels, very likely. A 10.2-inch display is replacing the 9.7 existing one. So there really isn't much you can do with the design that changes, but it could mean slimmer bezels. And most notable here is a 16-inch MacBook Pro. 16 to 16.5 inches is likely. So this is just something that he threw in there. He didn't elaborate very much on, but apparently Apple really is putting the word Pro back into MacBook Pro. This is of course homage to the 17-inch MacBook Pros when you used to be able to take basically an entire shelf with you to your local Starbucks store. But this basically will embody the absolute best, the most Apple can give you on the go. And a 16 to 16.5 inch MacBook doesn't have to be unwieldy. It doesn't have to be huge. With a very slim bezel display, you can make this thing basically the same size as the 15-inch current MacBook. And here's just a mind-blowing concept. So this one's coming from Victor Kedar. Do follow this guy. Oh my goodness, I aspire to be more like this. This is just a gorgeous, gorgeous 15-inch MacBook Pro refresh. He didn't show the larger size here, but there are a lot of good ideas that Apple could take from this and put into that ultimate MacBook Pro. A new rounded design, Face ID, just improvement everywhere and anywhere that they can for an already good product. I absolutely love it. Check this out on the Behance page, and of course follow Victor in the description below. I personally think the 17-inch laptops are going to be making a resurgence here. So first off, LG Gram has released their 17-inch one. Now Apple will be following suit. You're going to see an industry trend change here with larger laptops, bigger screens than ever before, just because the technology is finally caught up to where the bezels can get shrunk. Also briefly mentioned is that Apple is working on a standalone display, a 6K 31.6-inch monitor. This is of course going to go with the new Mac Pro, which he says Apple is working on heavily and will be releasing in 2019. So they mentioned this before. Now this is the year when that comes to fruition. And honestly, I need it. I do not like my iMac Pro. That thing is laggy, especially with the 18-core processor. The clock speeds are low. What was I thinking? For editing, that's terrible. So I can't wait to get that. The Mac Pro is going to revitalize computers for Apple once again, and he mentions it'll be easy to upgrade. So Apple's gonna make this thing modular. You'll be able to replace parts and upgrade them instead of having this hulking trash can sitting on my desk that I cannot upgrade. So definitely bravo Apple for thinking about the future and the planet. The 13-inch MacBook Pro might get a 32GB RAM option. That's only available for 15 inches, so that might change this year. He also mentions that the ceramic Apple Watch is making a comeback. I was very disappointed to see that they didn't offer that as an option for this year's Apple Watch Series 4. I mean, I love the gold band, but the ceramic, it just felt really special. So I'm glad to see that returning. We don't know which colors, but I'm assuming white and space gray like they did before. Possibly, of course, a new one to match the iPhone 11. And he also mentioned the iPod Touch 7th generation. It'll be launching alongside AirPower in the first half of 2019. Again, giving me hope that this March 25th event is something more than just services, what it was rumored, but there will actually be product launches here. And I'm really hoping. And we need AirPower, we need AirPods 2 in our life faster. And he's saying that AirPods 2, yes, are happening. He gives some more details about this. Nothing we haven't heard before, but he says AirPods 2 will support wireless charging and will have upgraded Bluetooth connectivity. So at this point, Bluetooth 5, Bluetooth 6 possibly, who knows? But Bluetooth 5 is more than likely the standard that's going to be set here. Okay, and that concludes Ming-Chi Kuo's report. So from a separate source, Taiwanese Economic Daily News, they're giving us some more details on AirPods 2. First off, they're saying Apple is in full production of these already. Basically, they're whittling away at this product, and what's going to be happening is a black color and a new texturized feeling for the AirPods themselves and the case. So again, everything is tying in, all the rumors. Once all the sources start saying the same thing, you basically know it's already gonna happen. So that's good. Basically an entirely different source confirming the same thing. Matte black AirPods are indeed happening. This source also said the AirPods 2 will be sold alongside AirPower, possibly black AirPower to match the matte black AirPods, and that the release date will happen in spring. The fact that this might launch on March 25th after the event. That would be something, really, to see all these products finally materialize into something something you can buy. And something wacky to throw in there, Apple is working on a really futuristic version of the Apple Watch where the display literally mends with the band and is flexible all around. So in the future, when technology gets good enough, we might see a display that literally goes into the wristband and continues to share information. I don't know why you'd need that, the logistics of it, but Apple is working on it, and here's a patent. Very cool. And that concludes today's report. Guys, this is a little ridiculous. We're only 2 months into 2019, and so much has leaked. What's left for Apple to release? I love it, though. I love it. I love working with this stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next one. I'm leaving to the event tomorrow. We're going to be doing some Galaxy S10 giveaways alongside with my giveaways. So I'm excited to share that with you. Stay tuned. Good things are happening in 2019, guys. And this is completely unrelated, but if you want to see some Apple artwork, I'm kind of challenging myself to paint more, to draw more. Follow me at my new Instagram page, Everything Apple Paints. I'll be posting as a challenge every single day, something funny Apple related, you'll see. But thank you guys. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace.